we're birds of a feather. Welcome. My name is Jennifer.
And I'm Carol.
We're coming to you from Savannah, Georgia, in the historic district, a little store called the Frayed Knot. And we normally like to bring to you items that we've knit and projects that we're working on. But today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to talk about slow stitching.
So stitching is one of the other things that we enjoy doing. Slow stitching just describes stitching by hand. We just used to call it hand sewing. Now slow stitching is the new
Mhm.
term about how relaxing it is. It's a whole mindset, a way of thinking. It's very addictive. So I recently discovered Sashiko and watched a lot of YouTube episodes on how to do it and gave it a try myself.
It took us a bit of time to learn how to actually say the word. So
Yes,
we've now learned
yes,
it is Sashiko.
yes,
So we say it very quickly now, but it's very difficult for us.
yes. And so you, the difference between doing the running stitch that you do for sashiko and the running stitch that you do for quilting is that you use a long needle and you have a completely different way of holding it.
I will say that Sashiko actually means little stabs if it's interpreted from the language, which
Yes.
is a Japanese embroidery technique. It's for decorative or functional reinforcement of cloths, and it's become quite a topic
It's quite a
nowadays.
fad. It's quite a
Yeah.
fad at the moment. So let's jump on the bandwagon.
Mhm.
So you use a different kind of thimble than you would use for regular sewing. And this is what it looks like. It's not all that easy to see, but it's made out of faux leather. And you put it on your middle finger so that the leather pad sits right here. I watched a few podcasts as well where people would make their own, but these are not very expensive and they work really, really well. And you hold it where your needle is pressed up against that and you're holding it like this. So it's a little
That sounds,
strange.
yeah, different.
And quilters have a really, really hard time with it, I've discovered. But I didn't do much quilting, so I kind of started from scratch with this. And I found it very, very pleasurable to do.
Well, we've got these unique little forms of indigo fabric that have the stitches marked on there. And I took one home the other day. That might be a floral. It came in a group of, what was it, 6 or 8 of them that came
Yes.
together. And so we're putting them in the packages. But I took it home the other day and I made this one with a gold thread. They have different colored threads that you can use. And I'm going to show the back, even though I'm kind of embarrassed about it. All those knots,
They don't mind knots, though.
but not
Sashiko is all about the knots.
And I think it was a lot of fun. Now, I had a very difficult time rocking the needle, as it's called. I have to confess that on some of these, I did the up and down kind of sewing because it felt familiar, but I'm going to practice. I actually think if you have probably more layers of fabric, it might be easier to make it. I couldn't get the even stitches, is what I'm trying to
Yes. The
say. It
first
was
time I did a piece, a practice piece was with 2 pieces held together. So it might
there's
do.
another little kit and it's got different types on it so that you could practice it. Can you sew this onto something else too?
Yes, you
So
can
it
make
can be,
patches out of
and there's
it.
so many different colors that you can choose. I chose gold. You've used a lot of white and some blue,
Yes,
and it's so relaxing.
it's
I
very
really did
relaxing.
enjoy the process of it all.
And so what I moved on to after I had kind of watched people doing all this different stuff, and then I had done a practice piece myself that was a similar printed one to that. Um, and then you can buy a plastic grid to make your own dotted patterns
Oh,
as
right. I
well.
have seen that. That's pretty
Yes.
cool.
So I drew a few out. And then my final project that I was working towards the whole time was to make a bag out of a pair of jeans. Okay. So
Very well done. I love the color choices. I love the everything about that is
and
fantastic.
then what you use is a pen that you make the dots with a pen that washes out later.
Mhm.
So there's I think I put some photos of this on Ravelry actually, or on my Instagram or something. But it looks terrible when it's got the pen on there, but the pen completely washes out. And I think did your Did you
It
wash
did.
yours?
It washed very quickly. Like, I just
Right.
basically held it under the water and it was all disappearing
Yes.
right away.
So they're all
There's
printed
not a
on
lot
there.
of work to it, so you don't have to worry about rubbing off your work or if it's not.
Yeah. And then the thing about this is you don't have to be an artist to do this. It's just literally straight lines of stitching. And the only art part is offsetting the stitching. And you have a pattern that you work with that helps you do that.
This
So,
reminds me of when we were in high school. You take your first home ec course way back then, and we had to make something out of jeans, and I made a jean purse also, and this is like taking it
there you
to the
go. We're
next level,
going,
right?
yes, we're going back to vintage. Show the other side. So I put my little pins on the other side too. So what I did was I took a leg of the jeans, folded it in half, and then I took the pocket off, sewed that on, took the special label off and sewed it on. And this, the reason that I was so excited about this label is that I bought the jeans in a thrift store and I wore them for quite a long time until the waistband was just too tight. And then the jeans were made of recycled denim. So this is an upcycled bag made from a pair of thrifted jeans that were made out of recycled fabric. You can't beat that, can
That's
you?
amazing. I love
And then
it.
I used the waistband to make the handle. And then
But look inside.
inside
What?
this
So
fabric
pretty.
this has been sitting in my fabric box for a while, waiting for a use.
Very pretty.
And I bought it when we
Look at
went
the hand
to,
stitching there
yeah, I
that
did
you just
everything
did.
by hand just to finish it.
That's
Um,
great.
and so that fabric came from Vogue Knitting. There was a lady had a booth and it was hand printed fabric. So that was really fun to
And I also like the
use.
fact you use different colors. You can hardly see the one there, but if I hold it a little closer,
Yeah, there's
different
lots of
shades of
different
blue,
blues. Yeah,
which is
that's I enjoyed
really
that.
cool.
And uh, and this bag, I use it all the
You do.
time. Yeah,
It's got
it's
all
my
your projects in
project
it.
bag
Yeah.
or my purse or whatever. It's a very, very useful little bag. So there you go.
I think it's very inspirational. I mean, I'd love to do a pair of jeans. There was a lady when we went to Vogue Knitting, and I wish I could think of her name, but Brooklyn.
She was KZ Stevens, wasn't she?
Yes.
Yes,
So
KZ
she was
Stevens.
representing another company, but her jeans were amazing. She had
Yeah,
this type of stitching, plus she'd taken
all over,
pieces of fabric
which
and
is called boro when you take a piece of fabric and do the running stitch over it to create another effect. And the whole point of this originally was for people to repurpose their clothing that had worn out. So it was very much used by the peasantry in Japan.
now
And
it's an art form.
now
We're all taking it
exactly
over,
we're
right?
enjoying it. But we,
I would love to do a pair of jeans.
yes, and
That's what
I
I was
have 3 pairs of jeans at home that are rolled up waiting for me to have
time.
time to get started.
Well, you've started. You
Yes,
just
I
have to
have
like
started, and now I need to take it to the next
you
level.
do, because this is so fun. We're hoping to offer some classes in this once we get a
Yeah.
little better. I want to have all the techniques down before we start showing people what they should do.
Yes.
That's so fun.
Keep all
That's
your old
great.
clothes and mend them.
Carol's my inspiration. I love it. Well, we've also done a couple other little things. For our anniversary a few years back, one of our friends, Lori, made these little pouches and she put different images on it. And we just used, I'll show you, just DMC floss for that. This is the colors that we use. And just stitched our own little design on the bag. I had started to put the frayed knot, haven't gotten very far, but super fun. This was not any particular technique. I guess embroidery would be what you would call
Yeah.
it. So that's another form of slow stitching. And then a few years, actually, it's been more than a few years, I took a class in New York and we did stitching on top of knitwear. And this is what we created. It was so much fun. Some people made rabbits and some people made the cats. And I made the cat, and I had great intentions of making additional ones, but I haven't yet. Basically, it was a class done by Tiff Fussell, I believe is her name. She used to have a blog. That's how I originally found her. This is back when TypePad was still around, so it's been a long time. And it was called Dottie Angel. A lot of you might be familiar. She also made sewing patterns. But she is a very creative person. And so when I saw she was teaching this class in New York, I decided I had to take it. She developed this technique called the woolly tattoo. And that's basically what she calls her little flowers that she says on here, a woolly tattoo. And this is Fino yarn by Nanos. And the design itself is basically one complete crocheted. You could do a knit version too of trying to think of the name of the yarn, but it's a real basic woolly yarn. And
Is it
it's
brown sheep?
yes,
Yeah.
thank you, brown sheep yarn. And we made one big long thing and then sewed it in two, and then we put little stitches to create ears. And if you did the rabbit, you would have sewn the rabbit's ears on, and then you just used a needle and thread to put the cute little design on there, which was so fun. It was all about color and interacting, and just to be around her was exciting because she was very explorative in like design discussions and how she came up with her ideas, and she inspires me. So fun class. A lot of things you could probably find her online now and what she might be going on to. But lots of inspiration. And I'm ready to start doing my needlepoint again. It's been a while. I used to needlepoint
I
and I
used to
used to
needlepoint too.
cross stitch. I used to do cross stitch designs for the industry. Like they would send me a packet and I would cross stitch as much as I could when I was in college. And then you mail it back and they pay you per stitch or per inch, I believe it was. And that was really fun. And I kind of got away from that. But hand stitching's a great thing and very enjoyable once you get
Yes,
going.
certainly is.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's about it for our stitching, but
Yes.
we wanted to show you our lovely tops. You want to go ahead and show yours first
Yes,
because it's
so
so
this
pretty.
is Etched Rio wrap. Um, it is by Blue Sky Fibers. The yarn is called Metallico,
Stand up and
and
show you.
Blue Sky is who we are going to spotlight today because we absolutely love their products. So this one, the Metallico has a nice
Okay.
little metallic sheen you can see to it. At the beginning, they only had natural colors. So this is one of the natural ones. You can also see that these were knitted obviously by different people and it's the same pattern, but because of the stitch count, this one is smaller.
It's interesting, right?
Yes,
How
it is.
different people can get
Yeah, that one's
different
quite a bit
sizes
looser
and
and
things.
needed an extra skein. So the original colors were this gray, and there was a darker gray, and then this one, and I think a paler brown as well. And now they have these lovely, vibrant gem tones, I guess
Yes,
you would call those.
it's a 50-gram ball is 50% baby alpaca and 50% silk.
And
So,
it
so
feels really
soft.
nice. You can wear it next to the skin. Because it's alpaca and silk, it's not going to irritate people's skin.
That's
So
true.
I actually made this particular one for my mum
Mhm.
and for her diamond wedding anniversary. So the design is the reason I chose it for the diamond wedding.
Very nice.
And I made it out of this product because as she got older, she had a just an irritation. She used to wear wool all the time when she was young, but as it would just irritate her skin as she got older. So that's why I made it for her. And the diamond wedding, which is your 60th, was a really wonderful time where we got
Mhm.
to see all their friends again. And it was the last time for me seeing a lot of those people because, they were getting pretty elderly by that time. And the reason I have this is because my mum since passed. But every time I wear it, I think about her. So it's a great piece.
That's very nice. Well, this yarn we made some other samples in too.
Indeed. And the next one is called Birds and Ships.
Now this has a
And
two ways you can wear it.
yes, either on your head or around your neck. And look at that tassel.
It's
What a
gorgeous, isn't it?
lovely
It's like so
tassel.
fun.
And oh my gosh, it's like petting a very special kitty.
So pretty.
So so that was the Birds and Ships by Caitlin Hunter. And
And then
then,
one of our friends put this together for a
which is really
sample. It's called the
amazing,
Festive Night shawl.
you've seen Katie before. She's been on one of our previous episodes modeling
Stand up
for
and
us.
try to get all of it in there. She used two types of yarn. One was the Metallico, and the other one was Prairie, which is by the same Blue Sky group. And then she decided to put a little dazzle in there, and she used a Lang yarn, which has a little shine to it, and she just sort of dotted it around in certain areas. But what a pretty shawl. And the drape is absolutely amazing. I love this one. I think it looks good with a dress, with an outfit. You could put it on over your coat. It's lightweight, so you can stick it in your bag if you're traveling. Really nice one. So that one's a really big project to get started on. I think it would be a great gift too. Holiday knitting's coming up. Another one. Festive Night Shawl is by Stallings. It is on their actual website too, so you can get the pattern separately if you chose. But I think the yarn is what makes this one. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I think
So the next yarn is Woolstok Light. So this one I knitted a little while ago. It's called Leaf Wrap.
it's another really drapey one, but I
It
will
is.
say that Woolstok Light is a little, you can feel it. It's a feely yarn.
Yeah. You might wear this over something because it could be a little, if you don't like the feel of wool, you might not like it.
You
But
put it on?
yeah, it's great for just wrapping over a coat. You could wrap it and it wraps
It's got
all
lots
the way
of wraps,
around.
which is sort of fun.
Yeah, nice big. And one of our friends has knitted this as well in a really nice aqua blue, pale blue.
Pretty.
That looks really nice. So yeah, that's a really nice warm one. And it was a very fun one to knit. It wasn't too difficult to memorize the pattern. And so it went quite quickly. It's very, very pleasant to knit with. You probably know already about me now that I really love wool. Wool is my favorite thing to work with.
We definitely agree on that one. This is a fairly thin one, but it's a bigger needle. I want to say it's like a US 7 needle, so it's not like that 2 or 3 that you would imagine.
No, and it gives a nice light fabric.
It does. It's very light.
Yeah.
This one happens to be 100% fine Highland wool. It comes in 50-gram skeins, and there are probably 28 to 30 different colorways at this point. They keep growing this line, so this one's been very popular for them. They make 3 different weights in the Woolstok, and this one is the Woolstok Light. We also have a beautiful snood. I don't know if I pronounced that one right.
I think
that
you
always
did.
sounds kind of interesting.
Such an English word.
Is it? Because y'all are cold over there. But our friend Kim made this for a shop sample. Wow, right?
Yes. She worked on that for quite a long time, and she really, really enjoyed it. Kim knits continental style, and I have to say, watching her doing color work, continental seems to make it easier.
It does make it easier.
I've tried and tried, and I can't. I still, I've got my own method, but I do keep trying that continental.
I can do it that way, but I'm still a little slow.
Yeah.
I mean, she did a great job. I'm going to show the inside as well.
Yes, there's the inside. And and also you've heard us mention Kim before probably, and she and Kat have a podcast, and they have just released a new episode that's talking about 3 Bags Full, which is a book that we just finished.
It was a cute book.
It was so good.
Well, I wouldn't say cute. Cute is not the right word.
No, it was good. Yes, it was easy to read, but it was really fun. And Kim and Kat do a really nice review of the whole thing. So if you feel like talking about books, and they also talk about their knitting, so it's a nice episode that they have. So that was Kim's knitting, and then we wanted to move on. While we were showing the inside of that, we're going to show the inside of Jennifer's festive cardi as well. But we have shown before. And
we have the front, if you don't recall. Yes, it's got all the different doodles.
Yes. And we had a question about what the steek looked like inside, because we did release a short showing us steeking this cardigan. And so the inside of the steek looks like that. And so you can see it's fairly stable. You could leave it like that if you wanted. You could also over sew it, but what Jen is going to do is put a piece of ribbon down there.
Ribbon, like a
patterned ribbon that will complement the style, and that will also help to stabilize that button band as well, so it won't start to sag.
I wonder why this feels softer than the wrap over there. I mean, it's just
because they've both been blocked,
but they feel different to me. I'm not sure why. Maybe
this does feel a little smoother.
Yeah, maybe it's changed over the years. So Blue Sky's out of, where are they from? Minnesota. And they've been around 20 or so years. We were one of the first shops to carry it when they first opened up. And they're their focus at that time was they wanted American wool, American cotton, or they were really big on organic cottons and such. It has since been purchased by Malabrigo, so I don't know if they hold the same focus as the previous company did, but they're still lovely yarns, and they make so many different varieties. But they're traceable, so if you're interested in that type of thing, it's a great company to focus on. But yeah, so the Woolstock's really fun. They also make a larger Woolstock, which is a little bit thicker.
The Woolstock worsted weight, which I think out of all the yarn I've knitted with, still keeps coming back as my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
Nice.
knitted a lot of things out of this yarn, and some of which will show nearer Christmas. But yes, it does bloom. And so when we first started getting it, I think I knitted this when we first started getting it.
It was really early on.
So it was a long time ago. We did a knit along. This is a blue sky pattern. So it's on their website. It's called Pemberton sweater. And as you can see, it's that knit and purl style to cause to create the pattern that can sometimes be described as Guernsey, I think.
Yes.
So it was super easy to knit. I knitted it quite oversized. And
it doesn't look super easy to knit, though. I mean, it's got all those patterns, but it was a wonderful knit along for us all, because then you could learn a technique that maybe you're not completely familiar with, but it was.
And I knitted it first. I was the fastest.
Yes,
I'm just so competitive. I'm always the fastest. So what I found was they had the picture, the model was wearing it with super long sleeves that covered her hands. It looked so cute. Not cute. So when I knitted it, I can't have a sweater with sleeves down over my hands. I need to do stuff.
Because we use our hands too.
Yeah, we use our hands all the time. And we're not just trying to look cute. We're trying to actually, live our lives. So so I shortened the sleeves. Yes, I should. Sorry. I shortened the sleeves. So they come down over my hands a little bit. They're very practical. And you might be able to see
the neckline.
The neckline is just, it's just perfect. This sweater is the one that I reach for all the time. And it can also be worn, surprisingly enough, in fairly warm weather because it's very loose. And wool is, one of the qualities of wool is that it is very breathable and adaptive, I guess.
Right.
You can wear it in warmer weather as well as cold weather. And this sweater, you might have been able to see that it's a little pilled because I have worn it for years.
It's well loved.
Yes, it's very well loved. It's been washed at least 3 or 4 times, I would say. And then every year, my sweater care is to get all my sweaters out and check them for pilling, because natural fiber pills, that's just one of the qualities about it. And I will use my little pilling tool to
which are amazing.
Yes,
I love them.
they are. We'll actually show you that in the next episode, maybe. And you just there's all kinds of different ones. We can go through the different ones. And I have one that's a little shaver that's the best for this one, like a little electric shaver. And so I just get the worst of the pills off and pull pills off. And the older wool fabric gets, the less it pills too. It's like it gets rid of its pills in the first little bit of time. I always wash everything that I have knitted myself by hand and roll it in a towel, put it in the washing machine and spin it to get the excess water
I'm nervous
out.
about doing that, but you do. I know.
As
I
long
usually
as you
just lay it out.
As long as you don't have one of those front loader washing machines, you need a top loader washing machine. But you can just roll it in a towel and sit on it too to squeeze water out of it. And then lay it flat to dry with the fan on or whatever, and you've got it. And we like to use soak, which we showed in our last episode, but we'll mention it again down at the bottom.
We're a big fan of soak.
We are a big fan of soak. It's very gentle on fiber, and it also conditions wool fiber a little bit as well. And so then because I had some yarn left over, I actually have a bag at home about the size of a pillowcase that's full of all of the blue sky that I got.
Favorite.
Yes, I've got skeins and skeins of it because I have some projects that I'm planning. So this is the hat designed by me.
And it goes along with
which goes with the sweater. So I took the part of the sweater pattern and just made it into a very simple hat.
Oh, it's so cute too. I love it. Very nice.
So,
We also have a pair of socks that I made a while ago in it. Now they look kind of big, but on your feet they look great. They have different sizes. It's done in the Woolstok regular, and you just needed one skein per sock plus a little bit for the color work on the top.
those are great for keeping your oh, excuse you, truck outside. um, so those are great for wearing around the house and keeping your toes warm.
That's right. So it's a great yarn. I love it.
Yeah.
Keep it in mind for your woolly wools coming up.
We'll be coming back to that yarn and revisiting it, definitely.
And then the one that I started with, the yarn that I started with, which I should have pulled more colors, I only pulled 2 colors, is their cotton. It's their organic worsted weight. It's 100% certified organic cotton. Nice worsted, chunky sort of. I have a gajillion things made in this.
Yes, it
It's
feels
like
lovely.
perfect for Savannah weather. The ones behind us here were both made in it. Um, this one here is called the Pine Island Pullover, and it's done where you knit it inside out, basically where your purl stitches show. This has been about 7 years, so that one's been off the needles for a while, and I don't know the name of this one, but
We're
it's
going to
got
do
a
some
design to it,
research.
and it was one of their patterns. There's another one in the shop everybody's made that's a simple basic pullover, which I can't find that one right now. I must have taken it home because I wore it because I tend to wear it at the shop and then go home with it and forget to bring it back in. But great yarn. One of my top selling items has been the baby hat because, oh my gosh, can you even imagine? The little ties on top are braided. So, so, so cute. And it just takes one skein to make a baby hat. And now I would say this is probably a newborn, a preemie. You can make it larger, but this one just makes everybody go ooh and ah at baby showers, and it takes no time at all to knit. It's really fast. Um, so great yarn. It's great for babies. I have made so many blankets over the year in this one. They have a lot of wonderful pattern support on their website. So I can't say enough good things about a 100% organic cotton yarn. Great
I'm
yarns.
going to put a few photos of different sweaters that we've knitted because I wore one on a previous podcast that was made out of that in the color tomato. That is just absolutely a lovely red, and I wear that. That's another favorite sweater because it's good to just throw on.
They have a skinny cotton too. I don't think it feels quite
The
as
skinny
lofty
cotton
or
has a
the
different twist,
same.
doesn't it? Yeah,
Yeah, it
a
does.
tighter twist.
And it's good for like washcloths or utilitarian feel to me. I have students that weave with it. They've come up with a new one called skinny cotton, and it's softer than their original thin cotton that they had. But I don't think you can go wrong with Blue Sky. They have a large variety of fibers to work with. Um, most of it's like sustainable. They have a low dye process, so the water doesn't get damaged in the area that they're in. Um, it's just a great company. So if you haven't made anything in Blue Sky fibers, I recommend trying something, at least maybe one thing, a little small something this fall.
Or a big sweater.
Or a big sweater. I mean, it really didn't take that long for people who had never made sweaters before.
We
It was
had how many people? I know at least 2 other people did it.
maybe 8,
Okay,
7 or 8.
but there's 2 who come regularly who I've seen them both wearing. They both did theirs in a lovely in that pink. This one, I think.
Yeah, it's a pretty
So
color.
yeah, so it was.
They have great colors.
Yeah.
Some of them are over dyed on grays, so you get that kind of muted down type colors, and then they've got others that are really bright. Yeah, so I recommend them. They're super.
Definitely.
Well, thanks for joining us today. We love sharing with you, and we're happy that you tuned in and stayed with us this far. Let us know if there's anything else you'd like for us to cover in the future. So just put it down below, give us a little note. And in the meantime, like,
And subscribe.
and we'll see you next time.